Hello, I'm Andi Singh, and I'm going to predict the month of December for you coming from Sagittarius, and I'm going to use Divinity Kabbalistic Tarot cards. So I've done a bit of shuffling for you. The first card I'm going to pull will be to do with your romance, marriage, and family areas for the month of December, for you coming from Sagittarius. Well, the card is facing me, and this card shows that if you are not you don't need to be pushy, you don't need to be too dominating, you don't need to be too aggressive, because for the first 15 days or 16 days of December you have a lot of luck coming for you. Now I'm talking about romance. So for the first 15-16 days or so, you will find romance quite easily, as others will find you attractive. So you don't need to be pushy. The card is too pushy and shows that you are trying too hard. So take it easy, and you're going to get good results in the first 15 days or so in your romance area. If you are already in romance, you may be trying too hard to take over and control the romance. I can also translate it that way. And so don't do that, because things are going your way anyway in the first 15, 16 or 17 days of December. Regarding marriage, this card also says that do not make too many demands in your marriage. Try to take the soft approach, and this way you will already have good benefits in your marriage area and support from your marriage partner already in the first 16 or 17 days of December. I always tend to divide the card into two. So I will talk of the first half of December and the second half of December. And I like your marriage areas where a lot of harmony is seen in the first half of December, which can stretch to 16 or 17 days of December. The last 15 or 16 days of December are not very harmonious for you in your marriage area. And the worry is that disagreements which were earlier had will start to erupt in the last 13 or 14 days of December. And the way the card shows is that a lack of harmony will become worse off in the last 20 or 12 or 13 days of December. So the second half of December and the second of the half of the card shows that you are being pushed, your plans are not agreed upon, and you are being pushed towards having to accept the agreement from your marriage partner. Nothing wrong with that, but the card shows that you will not be happy. So try to be patient in finding a solution. So the last half of December shows that in marriage areas, some disagreement can lead to disharmony. In terms of general family areas, it shows that from a good position, there can be some differences during the second half of December. That's what it is. So you coming from Sagittarius don't want to dominate or be too strict about what you require, and try not to get into argumentative areas, especially during the last the last 2 weeks or so of December, okay, in family areas. Now the second card which I'm going to pull for you for December, you from Sagittarius, is to do with your career, business and finance areas. It's a very good card where you can start the month until the 16th or 17th of December getting a lot of good news, and your determination level, I'm talking of career now, and your determination level in your career will bring rewards, and it will bring recognition and support from your bosses and also admiration from your colleagues. The second half of December, the last 13 or 14 days of December for you are not very stable. They are not very stable because the energy that you had in the beginning seems to be not pushed through or able to be pushed through in the last second half of December. And so there seems to be a stagnant period. And this stagnant period can bring about frustration, even some depression in your career areas as you're waiting for good news. So the second half shows patience is the key word, as not much is happening for you. It is not a bad card to show that you can lose a job, but the news coming through is not making you happy. Regarding business areas, the first 14, 15 or 16 days are very good, and you get good news and you want to celebrate and you are determined to do very well. So the business area of you in the first 15 or 16 days shows a lot of good news coming in. But watch out that there is also some rain shown in the first 15 or 16 days, rain pouring, and that normally can make the ground very slippery. So tell yourself in the first 15 or 16 days you need to lay a good foundation with everything in business that you are being offered. Because your last 13 or 14 days show stagnancy in business, where suddenly everything slows down. The project you've been offered or the contract you've been offered, suddenly demands slow down. So frustration as you have to wait now, as maybe plans are changing and they are not very favorably changing for you during the last 13 or 14 days of December. Well, you need to be patient. You need to move along with changes you may have to make during the last 13 or 14 days in business especially. Regarding overall financial areas, it says that good possibilities are there, but something can go wrong towards the end of the month. So don't celebrate too early when you get good news about business, as the latter part of December, the last 13 or 14 days of December, seem to move into a weaker area, and you'll have to work harder to get things done. The last card I'm going to pull for you will have to do with your health areas. And it is a good card in the sense that long-term health is not disturbed, but short-term problems can be found. And they could be found perhaps because you're very overly active in the first 15 days, and that shows that you're pushing yourself to the limit. And even in socializing, you're pushing yourself to the limit as well, overeating, over drinking. So my first problem for you would be in the area of lungs, breathing problems, and some danger of asthma maybe, or if you already have signals of asthma, then it could really be getting you into the asthma mode. So look after your lungs, treat your coughs and colds seriously. Otherwise, water can enter the lungs and you can even have pneumonia problems during the latter part, the last 2 weeks of December especially. Now this card also shows that a lot of burdens, let me put burdens in the sense of responsibilities, are going to be placed on you during the last 15 days, where stress can lead to depression. So my other worry for you would be that some form of stomach related areas like constipation may be seen during the last 2 weeks or so of December. Well, just have a bottle of prune juice to help you out. Constipation can come if you eat too many big meals, and that can be a problem. And constipation can also come if you eat too much red meat in your case. So that may reduce that, and that would help you to deal with your constipation areas. Overall, it's not a card that's going to send you into hospital or big worries for you, don't worry. But the last 13 or 14 days, pay attention to your lung areas especially. By all means, go to Facebook and look me up and follow me, and you may ask me questions regarding whatever area of December you want to ask me, and I will try to answer them for you. In the meantime, thank you for listening to me, and good luck.